that learning you absolutely suck at something or an area of life can be the most freeing lesson you ever learn and the major step you need to take to become great at that particular area of your life. Hey, Mark Delaney here with episode 3 of a journey we're taking into growth and expansion. And what I need you to understand is that in the last episode, I challenged you to look at your results and let that tell you who you are, really. Not who you want to be, not who you hope to be, not what you're capable of being, not any of that. But who are you is the first step to understanding what you need to do and who you become to create the results you want. And so I've done that in my life. And I want to contrast 2 specific areas for you. One is physical body. So when I take off my clothes and look in the mirror, I'm pretty happy with what I see. But more importantly, I take no prescription drugs. I have complete mobility. I have the ability to do anything I want to do. One-handed push-ups, chin-ups, run for miles. You name it, I can do it physically because I am a person who takes care of my body. And at 57 years old, to not take prescription drugs, I still amaze doctors when they say any prescriptions, and I say no. And that feels phenomenal. So that's who I am. On the other side, I'm got my relationship and marriage life, where I'm headed towards my second ever divorce. So as good as I can claim to be in my body, when it comes to relationships, I can believe I'm a warm, loving, wonderful husband. But there's no evidence for me to prove that. And why that's significant is because what happens when people generally start to feel like this doesn't work, but they don't take blame for why it doesn't work. Do you know somebody who believes they can never get married again because marriage doesn't work? You can't trust men, you can't trust women, you can't trust stuff. Stuff starts out great, but it just doesn't last. And what they're saying is, I'm phenomenal in relationships. It's just people and relationships don't work. I work, they don't work. So I looked into my marriage. I actually wrote my future ex-wife a 19-page letter about my estimations of all that went wrong in our marriage. And I started down the path of this is what you did, this is what you did, this is what you did. And at the end of all of those, this is what you did, I came to a realization that I stood by and I watched her do this stuff. And I didn't demand she stop, I didn't man up, and I didn't walk out. I still waited to get kicked out. And what I became to realize was that in that situation, I was a total wimp. And I use stronger language on myself, trust me. I was a total wimp. And I looked back at my first marriage, and I saw places where I didn't man up and maybe take control of some things. And as a result, I'm headed towards my second divorce. So what does that mean? That means that I'm not a victim of relationships. It means that I can freely enter the realm of marriage again, and I can be a man. I know what to do better next time. Without that nugget, I'd probably be one of those people, oh, I'll never get married again, I'll never. No. In every failure, and this is the lesson I want you to take from this. In every sale you don't make, in every appointment you don't schedule, in every client you lose, every quarter or month or week that you don't make the money you wanted to make, you played a role. You are not a freaking victim of other people's whims and circumstances. But if you believe you are, then you will continue to be that. But if you're willing to look at who you really are and what you're not doing that you should be doing, what you should be doing that you're not doing, then you can take control and you can fix what's wrong. And through that process, my billing rate went from $50 per client to somewhere around $5,000 per client. I want you to understand that growth only occurs when you're honest about where you suck at today. So, here's what I need you to understand from this. When you look at your results, they never lie. You may lie about your results, but they don't lie. They indicate your weaknesses and your strengths so you can enhance your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. But if you're not willing to look at your role in your failures, then you'll always find someone else to blame. You'll make an excuse or you'll justify. And before you know it, you know who you're like? I bet you have a friend who's got a bunch of reasons for why they are not doing more in their life. But no change, no growth. So if you want to succeed and grow your business, the first step is to look at your results. You want to improve your body? Look at your results. You want to improve your finances? Look at your results. Understand the role you played and be willing to fix it. There are two types of people in life. There are victims and there are winners. There's rarely ever both. No person is both. You're a victim or you're a winner, but you can't be both. Episode 4, we're going to continue this conversation about what you can do to create the business and the results you want. But it starts with you being willing to look at yourself and see who you are really. I feel so good that I really found out who I was in my relationships so I can be an even better at the next one. Hope that helps. 1, 2, 3, go out today and set yourself free by telling yourself the truth.